Hey guys, welcome back to another video over here on the Chinese Zodiac and Horoscopes. Today we're going to be doing a reading for all you guys born in the year of the dragon. So welcome back all my dragon friends on this karmic Wednesday. This is Reptile Wednesday. We've got dragons and we've got snakes, the two karmic signs. Dragons being the positive and snakes being the negative. If you want to know more about those karmic signs, hit that subscribe button because we will be doing videos on that in the future. Let's get these shuffled up and see what the forecast is for you guys this week. As I always remind people, I do shuffle with my eyes closed, so you're going to have to be patient with me as I just feel my way around these cards so I can pick three out without being influenced by the negative or positive on the backs of the cards. Right, let's see where we're at. I think we're going to stop. Let's stop there. Let's take that one from the bottom. Let's take that one from the middle. Let's take that one from the top. What have we got? Dun, dun, dun. We got three blacks. So as always, black isn't always an attack, but they are a negative side of things. So this week is going to be pretty hard on you. But as a dragon person, you are relatively positive. So you'll probably be able to bounce back from it. And it doesn't always necessarily mean a bad thing. Black isn't always an attack. And right here, we got this catalyst card, this change card, the white rabbit. Which, I mean, the rabbit and the dragon, they are, you know, relatively compatible. So it's not exactly the worst card. I mean, things could be better right now. And you could just be finding that you're having to adjust and adapt and having to navigate through a lot more than you anticipated. Yeah, I think your expectations of it being easy, or you having, you know, having that ability to juggle and to handle it all, hasn't been quite spot on. And maybe you've dropped a couple of things. We are looking at this change as well that's coming through the catalyst card. If you want to know more about the catalyst card, then hit the subscribe button. But that's going to now set you up for now moving into this basic phase here where we've got two blacks following that. So with this change here, we're probably looking at something that is going to happen. Again, it's a rabbit, so it's going to happen fast and quick, but it's going to happen in a way that you are going to notice it and it is going to affect you. There is going to be some sort of interference here that you're going to have to put up with, and I think you're going to have to step up into that role of leadership, because dragons make great leaders. They make great sort of bosses, or people to just basically take charge. And I think that's what you're now having to step up into because of these changes that have been instigated. These changes have been instigated, so now you're going to have to pick up the pieces, and in order to do that successfully, you're going to have to well, yeah, basically juggle again, basically try and handle it all, take leadership, take control. That's the best way for you to actually tackle that, is to be in control. If you don't, and you start shying away from it in a different direction, maybe taking on confrontations or getting into disputes or petty kind of arguments, it's going to start, well, it's going to start wearing you down. It's going to start making you lash out. It's going to start making you push backwards. And I think with this change here now, it's going, well, it's leading you into this tiger phase. So we're looking at this emotional baggage, this emotional strain, this emotional sort of weight that you're carrying. Things aren't changing in the sense of things are going to start looking better because we're going into this negative space. But things could definitely, you know, start to look up with that tiger on your side, because you've got that power and speed. You've got that tiger that has that protective sort of emotional intelligence. It's there to help you. I think right now you're emotionally strained. I think right now you're in a position where you have a lot of stuff that you are handling, juggling. As I've said, you're juggling too much, or, you know, having to handle everything, and you've got so much going on at the same time. It's a wonder how you're still functioning. I think right now you're just doing this because you can do it, and your sort of ego dictates that if somebody's got to do it, it's going to be you. But don't burn yourself out here. With emotional strains and emotional things or romantic elements involved, matters of the heart, they are one of the hardest things for you to navigate through. And this change could mean that there are a lot of romantic or relationship changes coming. You've also got a lot of things involved here that are emotionally heavy, which may not even have a romantic element to it. Doesn't mean you're romantically involved with somebody. It's emotional. So it could be something to do with children, could be something to do with your mum and dad, could be something to do with your auntie, your uncle, your best friend, could be something to do with something that is basically very, very close to you, that you care about a lot. Could even be your pet. You're going through a lot of emotional baggage. You're wanting everything to go well. You're wanting everything to be okay right now. And for that to happen, you can't take a back seat. You've got to be full on all the time. This isn't the time for backseat driving. This is where you need to be up the front. This is where you need to be up the front at the wheel, taking lead, taking control. Because if you start letting your emotions get the better of you, and you start letting them start to drag you down and start to, dictate how your feelings are, again, you're going to start getting agitated. You're going to start taking it out on people. You're going to start losing it and getting all frustrated, and your temper's going to increase, and people are going to become worse off because of it. I think right now this is a time maybe you need to compromise with a few things and put some stuff on the back burner, or you've decided to put some things on the back burner and say, I can't do that. That's too much for me to handle. That's unnecessary. Let's take those out of the equation. And now you're just focusing on the stuff that's left, but it's that stuff that's left, which is the heavy stuff. It's the heavy stuff that you're still carrying. We got that negative karmic card coming in there now. That's the snake, and that's coming through with some karmic energy. And I think right now that's exactly what you're going through. It's karmic. This change here, this catalyst, is just the tip of the iceberg. You've been pushed through into this karmic space now where everything happening right now is universal. You can't avoid it. You can't change it. The universe wants it to happen, and it's going to happen regardless. And you are just the domino that is in the line to fall down next. You'll bounce back from this though, because the snake and the dragon, as I say, are karmic cards. They go together very well. In fact, every dragon needs a snake. Every snake needs a dragon. Right now, it's time to have courage. It's time for you to basically help yourself, Look out for yourself. Be there for you. Pick yourself up. Keep on pushing forward for you. You're juggling for you because there's an emotional attachment here. Whether it's for your children, whether it's for, people you care about, whether you're not going to let them down. You wouldn't let down your children. You wouldn't let down, your parents. You wouldn't let down your best friend. You're not going to do it. There's an emotional attachment here. You're not going to let down your husband or wife or your boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever. You're not going to do it. So because you're not wanting to let them down, and you're not wanting to, sort of manage the weight, and you've put down all the unnecessary stuff and the stuff you don't want to deal with, you're going to have to carry this. You're going to have to carry on through with this into that snake time. And that snake is a thinking card. It is a thinker. So you've got some thinking to do. And that thinking may not be what you want to think about. And it may bring you down a little bit. But the universe is ruthless. If you don't listen, it will start shouting. And once it starts shouting, there are going to be consequences karmically. So maybe it's time to start listening and start actually paying attention. It's time to focus. It's time to start trying to work out what you're trying to work out, but in a way that is in a different perspective, in a different... Don't forget, the dragon is a karmic card. So this is the opposite karmic card from you. This is the opposite. Now, this would be implying, or the implications of this would be a change of perspective here. As you try to work this out, as you try to do what you need to do, you need to try and do it and work it out in a way that is different, and the perspective that you have needs to change. Otherwise, we're just going to stay in this negative space. And that negative space just isn't a good space for dragons to be in. It's a bit of a hit back. It's a bit of a, kick in the face. But you're a dragon, so you can bounce back from this. You can tackle this. All you've got to do is start taking care of yourself. Again, the snake is a bit of a selfish card. Self-care, looking out for yourself. You need to do this yourself. You need to pick yourself up. You can juggle this, but again, do it for you and the right reasons. That will give you passion. That will give you something to believe in. And you're more likely to do that under the pressure. And you're a dragon, so working under pressure is something that you're incredibly good at. In fact, you thrive off of it. I think right now, you just need to start listening to yourself, listening to what's going on around with you. Pay attention. Pay attention to what's going on around you, dragon people. And we'll find out next week how you get on with that when we come back and do another reading for the dragon people. We'll be back up next with another karmic personality, which will be the snake. So if I don't see you then, I'll see you next week when we do another reading for the dragon people. Thanks for watching, guys. Love and peace.